McLeod with the Investing News Network, and here today with me is Brian Leni, founder of Junior Stock Review. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And we're here today at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium in Vancouver. It's a couple of days into the show. What's your sense of the mood so far?
It's a little bit different from the last time we talked to PEC. It's tough to kind of put my thumb on it. I would say it's not as optimistic as it was at the beginning of the year. But in saying that, some people have made some money, and those people are certainly happy. But I think for the people that have been diligent in their due diligence, they are happy because there are companies that are having good results. So
yeah, and money is one thing. Money and funding is a topic that I keep seeing coming up here. Is there money out there for juniors right now? And if so, where is it coming from? Do you see deserving companies?
Yeah, I definitely think there's money there. I think people have become more discriminating on who they give it to. Great example, Adventus Zinc. They had an investment by Wheaton Precious Metals for around $10 million, and then they closed another $10 million private placement the week after. I particularly like that story, but I think that the people that are showing good targets or good potential, they're going to get the money. It's there.
Okay, and funding and money, that really relates back to exploration, which is something we've talked about before. Broadly, it seems the consensus is there's not enough exploration happening right now. When do you think we'll get to a crunch?
Honestly, I think the crunch is sort of here. It depends on the metal. But for me, it's a matter of when, not if. And it's actually, I heard it coined yesterday, geological inflation. And I think that that's very real. And I see it in pretty much every metal. And that's going to lead this next bull market, which I think will be extremely strong because of that supply crunch. And you're right, exploration is going to be a big component of what needs to be done.
Okay, so next bull market coming up. Where are we at in the resource cycle right now? What can we expect moving forward?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to answer that myself. But what I would say is, you can concentrate on things like that, but I'm not sure it necessarily gets you where you want to be. I think for people that are looking to make money, and of course, with the time value of money in the short term is typically what people are thinking. I think you need to look for companies with catalysts to drive the share price. And we've seen, whether it be Novo or some of these stories where are fairly compelling, discoveries make money. And is talking back to your question, in the cycle, Ross Beatty said it last night, we're closer to the upswing compared to last year.
Yeah.
And that's about all I can say as far as where we are.
Okay, that's fair. Let's switch gears a little bit. We were both recently in the Yukon doing a mining tour of different properties up there. What were your thoughts? What did you think? I think it was your first time up there.
Yeah, it was a great eye-opening opportunity for me. I wasn't very familiar with the companies in general. So it was a great opportunity to bring people up there. For me, the Yukon is, I think, Canada's mining future is probably going to be in the Yukon, or at least, one of the places. The deposits you see there, they're up amongst some of the world class in size, and some with grade too. And with the infrastructure projects that they have planned over the next 2 to 3 years, I think that's going to be integral for those deposits to be developed. And I think the future is bright. It is a matter of when, though. And,
as usual. Okay.
Yeah, as usual. Yeah.
Okay, so one takeaway for me from visiting the Yukon was it's got a lot of mining history there. What are the pros and cons of looking at companies in a jurisdiction like that versus one that has seen less exploration?
Yeah, it's interesting. The blue sky opportunity in countries that haven't been touched are typically the countries that, from maybe a political standpoint, have the most controversy. Yeah. But I'm a big believer in quality first, and I think that you need to educate yourself into these jurisdictions that hold such high potential. Ecuador, I think, personally, is one of them. That may be on an upswing from a period of time where they weren't as a jurisdiction weren't seen as desirable. But I think there's a ton of mineral potential. And ultimately, I think, in the future, those are the places where the new deposits are going to come from.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I think we'll leave it there for now unless you've got any final words for investors as we head into the rest of the year.
I would just say buy quality, do your due diligence, and be patient.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining me. Once again, I'm Charlotte McLeod with the Investing News Network, and this is Brian Leni.